Okay guys, today we're gonna get back into Magical Miniature Mondays and with the Honeydukes Miniverse series. And I think today we're gonna work on jelly slugs. So very excited about that. So the DIY for this week is Pixie Puffs, and I will show you how to do that at the end of this. So let's get started. So we're gonna need our jelly slugs recipe. So these are all the ingredients, and we have our lovely little sparkly little mica powders to color our jelly slugs. And so what we do is we add the mica powders to the mold, add our resin, mix, and cure. And then we have our jelly slugs. So very excited about that one. I think that is so stinking cute. So let's start out with getting our mold ready. We'll pull this little thing off here. I like to keep these because I think it's going to be a really cute display. And we'll open these up. This is our Honeydukes Spring Hues. We got kind of a blue, a pink, and a green. If I can get it open. Living a tough life out here. Alright, so there's 1, 2, and 3. I just love these little containers. They're so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. Alright, so let's pull. I'm going to pull the tape off of one side and carefully open, very carefully open. That is so full. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to set these on a paper towel so that I don't have a big mess on the mat that I just cleaned off. So, and these are so overflowing. Oof. Super over. No, don't fall. It's gonna fall. No choice in the matter at all. Okay, and this one. Very carefully open it. All right, that one's not overflowing. It's a good thing they're taped on. All right, and then this one. Very carefully open this one. And it's overflowing as well, but all right. Move this over. Highly recommend a paper towel or something to put those on. All right, so I'm going to take my cute little spoon here. And I'm going to add some mica powder. Alright, so now we're going to put our resin in there. Take the stickers off. And we'll fill it up. How cute. Alright. Okay, so that's it for the jelly slugs. I'm really excited about this. I am planning on putting some jelly slugs, like attaching them to the outside edge, but I want to make a mold of this jar first, and I'm planning on doing a little video that kind of shows you how to do that. I am not selling the molds and I'm not selling the jars because this is a copyrighted design, but if you want to make molds to make your own, like for yourself, for your own use, that's up to you. I'm just going to show you how to make a mold, so but not in this video. All right guys, so let's put this into the Honeydukes candy cart. Okay, so we've got this little thing here, and I have put my little Spring Hues mica powders, put the packaging back together, and have it setting up on this shelf. It's a great spot. For the SVG file, I have this the cut file for the candy cart available through my Etsy, and I will link that in the description box below. I will have, I think, about 5 pre-cut raw wood kits available on Friday in my Etsy shop if you want to check there. I'm probably not going to make any more. Maybe there might be a few more farther down the road, but I'm just too busy to cut them out right now. The SVG file is for personal use only at this time, and again, you can find it in the links in the description box below. But for right now, I'm going to put my little candy in here. Now these 3 shelves, they may look like they're evenly spaced, but they're actually not, and I have designed them that way on purpose because I want to be able to fit. The one on the bottom is just big enough to fit this little jar here, so it slides in there. But if you try to put it in this one, the lid hits. And the top one is also big enough, so the top one and the bottom shelf will fit this jar. Now this jar can also fit up there on that shelf. Now it's hard to see. There, that's a little easier to see. It can set down here anywhere you want. It can be put down inside of the bottom, down inside of there. But I am using that space to store my resins. As you can see, I've already got one down in there. I've got all my tissue paper, so I'll just slide this one down over here. Kind of like that I can kind of see them through, and that there's different colors and different ones, different heights. And then my little recipe book that I made, I will link that tutorial in the description box below as well. My little recipe book fits down here, as well as my molds. There's lots of space down there, and it has a little door that opens and closes, and the little spoons fit very well right inside of these little candy jars if you wanted to put them in. Or if you wanted to create a bunch of the jelly slugs, you could put the jelly slugs in there. You could make some more. And then you have a container full of jelly slugs if you want. There's lots of different ways you can use these little drawers. But they are the perfect height to store your little spoons in. And there we go. There's our second Honeydukes candy. Now then, I want to show you the tutorial for this. So on these little tabs, you're going to make sure you cut far enough down into the image so that there is like top tabs, kind of like I'm doing here. And that is so you can fold the top of your cereal box down. All right, so once you have your paper cut out completely, you're going to take a little ruler and you're going to use that as a straight edge to fold along the lines of your cereal box. You'll have to fold one on the end and then two in the center for the side of the box. You just square it along the side. It really helps to use a ruler for this. You kind of just have to eyeball it because there aren't like lines that show. You just kind of have to look at the edges of the top and bottom tabs and kind of line your ruler up with the design that is printed. Hopefully that makes sense. Sometimes it's hard to do a voiceover for a tutorial. Okay, and once you have all of your sides pre-folded, then you can add it to your Miniverse box. I'm using Choco Nana rings here, but you can use any of the Miniverse cereal boxes that you want to. Then you're just going to fold, make sure everything's lining up. You're going to have to trim this last piece. Some of the boxes are made a little bit differently, so I just left it a little bit long. So you just got to trim that after you get it folded. And once you're sure your paper fits on your box, then you can add some glue. I'm just using art glitter glue. Has a nice fine tip and it works really great for using on miniatures. And I'm gonna glue this cover to the box. And now I'm going to put it in my cabinet. I'm just going to set it right over here. Let's see, will it fit on any of these? Little tall for those shelves, but you can put it wherever you want. And those are the ones that I have so far. So if you want that SVG file, it's a cut file for laser cutters, and I also have a cut file for Cricut Design Space because there is no perfect way to craft. I made it available for anyone who wants to go through the trouble of cutting out multiples. I have a couple of people that have done it already, and theirs turned out really good. It takes a lot more effort than if you're cutting it out on laser cutter, of course, because the thickness needs to be approximately 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters. And you can cut, I think, pretty thin chipboard on your Cricut, regular Cricut, but Cricut Cricut Maker cuts a little bit thicker stuff, so that's why I went ahead and provided those files as well. And okay, so that's all I have for you today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me on Magical Miniature Mondays with Resin Belle, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Okay guys, so let's get started on our Pixie Puffs cereal box, and I'm using this as a remix using the Miniverse cereal boxes as well as an image I found online, and I will leave a link to the blog where I found the image, but I did change the image. The link will be in the description box below. I did change the image because it wasn't the same size as the Miniverse cereal boxes or the right configuration. So I did have to do some altering on it a little bit. So I will add a link to the PDF or to the image that I used for this in the description box below as well, and that is free for you to use. So when you're cutting this out, be sure and leave a little bit on that right edge. That'll just help you glue things down easier. And then the rest of it, you want to trim it all the way out.